Now we can discuss about ovarian cycle. The ovarian cycle takes place in the ovary during and after maturation of the follicles. The follicle contains oocytes in various stages of development. The oocytes are nothing but the egg cells. The phases of ovarian cycle, there are three different phases. First phase, the follicular phase. Here, the follicular stimulating hormone from the anterior pituitary stimulates follicle growth. The follicles grown in Graphian, nothing but the matured follicle. Now the granulosa cells of follicle secrete the estrogens and inhibin. These hormones plays the important role and increasing levels of estrogen and inhibin inhibit the follicle stimulating hormone. This concept was already discussed in the regulation of the female reproductive hormone. Increases estrogen also stimulate the secretion of the luteinizing hormone. The second phase is the ovulation. Here the luteinizing hormone stimulates the rupture of the Graphian follicle and release the oocytes from the ovary into the pelvic cavity. Fimprae of fallopian tube picks up the ovulated oocyte. Now the luteal phase, post-ovulatory phase. The other name for the luteal phase is post-ovulatory phase. Here, the luteinizing hormone stimulates the development of corpus luteum from the ovulated and ruptured follicle. Now the formed corpus luteum secrete mostly progesterone as well as some estrogen. These produced progesterone prepares the endometrium layer for the possible pregnancy. If you see the ovarian cycle here, the first primary follicles which is produced during the follicular phase, which in turn create the secondary follicles. Matured Graphian follicles are prepared with which secrete the estrogen. Ovulation takes place after the corpus luteum is formed, which secrete progesterone and estrogen. The corpus albicans are formed at the end during the ovulation luteal phase. The ovarian cycle, the uterine endometrial layer as well as the ovary, which plays the important role during the ovarian cycle. The follicle cells in the ovary secretes estrogen. The estrogen concentration get increased during the ovulation phase and progesterone released in the ovulation phase. At the end of the 28 days, the corpus luteum in the ovary secrete estrogen as well as progesterone. Corpus albicans are formed at the end of the ovarian cycle. So you can call estrogen and progesterone, these two hormones, as the ovarian hormones. So regulation of the reproductive cycle includes the negative feedback control cycle if no pregnancy. Increasing level of progesterone cause negative feedback that inhibit luteinizing hormone secretion. After about 2 weeks, corpus luteum converted into corpus albicans. Progesterone and estrogen levels are declined if there is no pregnancy. Functional layer of endometrium discharged into first 5 days of the next cycle. These are all the cases in the case of there is no pregnancy. In the next cycle, with the decline of progesterone, estrogen and inhibit concentration, inhibition of gonadotropin releasing hormone, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone stops. Renewed secretion of these hormones starts a new cycle of growth and preparation of the ovaries as well as uterus. If fertilization occurs, pregnancy occurs, embryo implants in endometrium must maintain levels of progesterone as well as the estrogen to maintain the endometrium layer as well as the pregnancy. Since corpus luteum secretes progesterone, it must be maintained. Luteinizing hormone normally maintain the corpus luteum, but luteinizing hormone is inhibited by the high progesterone concentration. So the outer part of the blastocyst which secrete a human chorionic gonadotropin hormone. This hormone can be seen during the pregnancy, and it is the indicator of the pregnancy detection kit, which presence means it will be the confirmation of the pregnancy. Human chorionic gonadotropin takes place the luteinizing hormone and maintain the corpus luteum. After about 3 to 4 months of pregnancy, corpus luteum get degenerated. Placenta now produces its estrogen and progesterone and maintains the endometrium layer. So these are all the background information behind the ovarian cycle. If you see the hypothalamus, which trigger the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland, there is a follicle stimulating hormone gets secreted. That follicle stimulating hormone reaches the ovaries, which is responsible for the formation of follicular cells and oocytes. Now the estrogen get produced at the end of the cycle. So these are all the information we want to discuss in the title of ovarian cycle. Thank you.